Let me see what's up. Am I live? Okay, I'm live, chat. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live on both stations, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get started. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You know who it is. It's your main man, Xkavae. And today we're going to be talking about not all dark skin comes from Africa. All right? I'm going to say it again in case it went over your head like an airplane. Not all dark skin is coming up out of Africa. Okay? And we're going to cover it today in a series of videos that I'm going to do all week to verify not all dark skin is coming from Africa. So for you to say to go back to Africa, you're being a little racist. You're being a little biased. Because if that's the case, then all light skin go back to Europe, the caves. So we're going to go right there. There's evidence that proves that the American Negro has a high volume of old blood, which is ancestral to the Lacano Indians of the American people first. All right, and we do not share, a lot of us, we do not share the paternal line from Africa first. Now, do we share some ancestry from Africa? Some of us, yes. We have the A and B blood groups, and we share some Caucasian as well. But what you guys don't understand is DNA and genomes is all over the place. The bloodline of the paternal X and Y remains the same. So when your father is an Indian, no matter what he mixed with, you still going to have the Indian coming out of your loins when you're a man. If your mother is an Indian, no matter what she mixed with, you're still going to have the mother coming out of your loins of the American Indian. Okay, and what you want to bet what the American Indian looks like. Now I'm gonna tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new to this channel, make sure you go ahead and press that sub. Go ahead and press that follow. We're going to get into it with a quick summary. The Locanos are, if you're new to over here, you can go catch me over there at I'll put a link in the description. I'm over here, I believe where I'm at. I'm over here at TikTok, you know what I'm saying? And we are here on the YT channel. So I got to be careful. I don't want no problems, right? So what I'm saying is, in quick summary, the Locanos, right here, in a quick summary before I break it all down, all right? The Locanos are a South American indigenous group from the Arawak family originating in Northern America. Now, let me keyword originating. Let me get out the way. I gotta get out the way. With no African ancestry. They are a resilient culture, rich people, culturally rich people who's inherited deeply tied to the land and the history of the American region. Okay, so let's just get that right there. Let's just get that out. Let me go over here, chat. Hold on, chat. Let me get that out, chat. Let me get that out. And I get a chance, y'all follow me over there at Double T. So now so when we dealing with dark skin first, let's just go to the people of India. We're just going to use a certain amount of people. No name, no blame. We're just going to use the people of India first. So since you're saying dark skin comes from Africa, then the people of India should be African, but not according to the science. Not according to the science. Not according to the science. So what do we say then? The people of India don't belong to Africa. Let's go check it. People of India. Previous research has shown. Let me pull up over here. Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. Let me see if I can pull it up over here real quick. Because I got something up right now. Let me see if I can pull it up without problem. Damn, if I leave, so now that's the problem with being live on two platforms. I think I might have to use maybe another phone. So anyway, when I'm over here live, I can't pull up nothing else unless I'm doing OBS. I forgot about that. So anyway, let's keep going. The people of India are found to show that most Indians derive ancestry from three ancestral groups descendant. Come on, what the heck? Chair acting crazy? Descendants of ancient Iranian farmers who arrived in India subcontinent sometime before 4700 and 3000 BCE. Here, herders from the Eurasian steppe. If you know anything about the steppes, I can't go over here and do it. If you know anything about the steppe, you will know that's where the Caucasians came from of the Neanderthals. That's where the Neanderthals derived from, the steppe. So the dark-skinned people of India come from the Neanderthals, but their skin is dark. What do we say then, chat? What does the chat have to say then? The dark-skinned Indians of India, which was really recently named that, I think in the 1800s, 1900s, the Great Britain called India, wasn't even called that. But anyway, the dark-skinned people of India, they belong to the Neanderthals. No African. What do we say then, Africa? What do we say then? All those people coming in saying, oh, you're dark, you're black, you don't like yourself. What do we say then? Debunk this now. Debunk that. Debunk that. So now when you hear African, so now what you're telling me, when a person from India says I'm not black, I don't hear y'all going and saying, oh, you don't like yourself, you from Africa first. I don't hear none of y'all accusing them people from India of being black. That's some bull crap right there. Because their skin are darker than ours. But now one of y'all gonna say they black. But as soon as the American Indian steps up and says, I'm not black, meaning I'm not African, I'm black, because my melanation, so is the people of India, and so is people of Africa, and so is people of Cuba and everywhere else. You got black people everywhere in the world. Australia got black people. But that don't mean you derive from Africa because your skin is black. And let me tell you why. Because there's a thing called the H antigen. There's a thing called the H antigen. And if I wasn't on two platforms right now, I'll be showing you. But there's a thing called the H antigen, and it's on this channel. All right, just go to that profile picture when you get a chance and go ahead and follow the channel. It's called the H antigen. Okay, the human antigen was the beginning of the human beings. Okay, before the Neanderthals came out the steppe, before the Neanderthals came out the Caucasus Mountains, before they migrated into Germany and France and Spain and all these places, before they migrated into Eurasia, they were in the Caucasus Mountains in the steppe up in near Russia. They wasn't out yet. It was just the H antigen of the human beings, and we were all melanated. That makes sense, chat? So if you was from Africa, which was the O, melanated. South America, thank you for the donations. South Africa has the O1 there. That means that's the original ancestral. They have the O1, but not much. Not much is left. Now they only have the O2, which is aka the O positive blood type, because the O1 is the RH negative blood type. Not many people in the world today have the O1, but there's some left, because I'm one right here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me turn them dots out for the W's. The American Indian, the O negative blood type. So I'm sitting right here in your face as no haplogroup. I am the group. I am the H antigen, the precursor to all modern humans living today, even you Native Americans, even you Europeans. Even though it's coming out the steppe, I'm going to prove it to you right now. The people of India, when you ask what their Y chromosome comes from, right? When you say, where's the Y chromosome of the people of India? All right, who's the father, right? Most people of India have a Y DNA lineage which traces back to early human settlements into South Asia, which proves that the O blood came out of the Americas. Which proves that. O blood came out of the Americas, right? You could do this is easy. You could look this up easily. This is something that's going to be easily Google. The people of India, which belong to the people of Iranians, they do not have an African origin. They come from the steppe. And the steppe you will find is in the Caucasus Mountains up in the Russian, European regions. And before the Neanderthals came out of the mountains, when they came out, they migrated into Europe and dominated the European landscape for eons, while we were dominating the equator for eons. Okay, but when you get down to geneticists, when that's taking the serological experiments, they let you know. The Red Cross even said it when they did desegregation. The Red Cross even said it. We're not going to specify you by race. We're going to specify them by their blood types. And they said, "Oh, it's from the Americas. Oh, it's from the Americas." What you got to say? They the one did the test. They the one do blood transfusion and all that. You gonna try to say they wrong? You so bent on yourself. You so bent on yourself to call me an African, but the Red Cross don't say that. The Red Cross don't say that for all of us, especially not the RH negatives. They're always from the Americas. So even when they label us African American, that don't make no sense. When the O is from America and Africa even says the O negative blood type, they don't claim that. They only say that the African Americans, they don't even call it African Americans. They say the black people have it, and they say the Europeans have it. It comes from those ancestries. It don't come from Africa. So when you got O negatives in Africa, which is only 9% of all those billions, when you got the O negative in Africa, please believe it survived all the way from the Americas first. We came through the land bridge and met up with the people of India today, who is of the steppe, the Neanderthals, and created those people from us. And why they said we look like the people from India. No, correction. They look like us. They look like us. The O blood, the ancient H. We ain't going to put it on the landmass, all right? Because when we do, then we got to start naming names. So if we put it in Africa, we're going to call it Africa. If we put it in America, we're going to call it America. If we put it in Europe, So we call Europe first. If you put it in the Aboriginals, it's going to be the Aborigines. But keep in mind that Australia never had no Neanderthal caves or hominid caves. Keep in mind, North, South, and Central America never had Neanderthal or hominid caves with bones in the caves. All right, we had some humans in those caves. Okay, with a little bit of the Asiatic as well, aka the Native Americans coming in from Siberia. We understand that, but that doesn't make them African. They do have the RHD, so I am mistaken. I thought the RHD was of the ghost hominid, which it was, but we also must remember that the Neanderthals were ape-like, so they do have their own Rh positive type genes. All right, and it shows up as expressions of the A and B and the RHD. They carry the C, I believe. You get what I'm saying? So when you see that RHD in your blood type with the O positive, it doesn't automatically make you from Africa. It could be because you mix with the European. It could be because you mix with the Asiatic. And it could be because you mix with the African. Because the African carries the ghost hominid, which he brought into Europe and made some of those people carry the D when they had the C. And then they mixed back and forth, brought it back into Africa, creating a coin says people, which when we say we are not Africans today because we have more of a pure of breed of human beings over here when it comes to the Negro Indians of America. And 51% of us, up to 51% of us, carries the ancestral O of the world. So over here, we're going to call ourselves the Black Little Indians. Make sense? Make sense? Over here, we're going to call ourselves the Black Little Indians. Because in America, the original inhabitants are the Indians. So if the Black Little Indians were the original inhabitants, let me show you. And they carried the blood group. Oh, here's an old depiction. Here's an old picture of the Portuguese. An old depiction of what they look like if the African Americans just have a descendant from this one right here. How are we not going to call ourselves the Indians, man? How are we not going to do it, man? How many of your grandmothers said you got an Indian in your blood, man? How many of your grandmothers said you came from Africa? Tell me who told you came from Africa. Put it in the chat. Who told you was from Africa? I bet you it was the school. I bet your mother never told you that. I bet your mama never told you that. I bet you it was the school that told you that. All you Negroes in the chat, which one of your mothers told you was from Africa? Or did they tell you was from America? Or you had some Indian in your blood? Tell me in the chat right now. Tell me in the chat right now while I'm showing you these glorious images that they have put up about our people, man. These glorious images that they have shown, the images that they have shown of our people, man. The emblem of America, 1798. 1798. You see the description, 1798. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Y'all try to act like we was from Africa first. Oh, that's Africa first? Oh, that's Africa first. Oh, that's the Moors came over here and they was in all the they was in the feathers and shit. You was trying to claim that to be the Moors? Really? That's what we doing. Y'all, y'all play too much, okay? Y'all play too much. We got the evidence over here, all right? We got the truth. Let's get into it. No further ado. Let's get into it. The Black Little Indian, right? The Black Little Indian. Let's talk about the Black Little Indian, shall we? Now, when we're dealing with the Locanos, they are indigenous to the southern South Americas and not from Africa. It's right there on the screen, chat. And not from Africa. They are a part of the Arawak language family, one of the most widespread indigenous language families in the Americas. Mostly all Indians descend from them. They should, because they're the originals. How you not? How can you not? How can you not? Let's go take a look at how they look. Let's take a look at some of the images. We got some of the paintings. Let's go look at some of the real people today. Bam. What you got? What you got? The Arawak people right now. It's easy to find. What you got? The Locanos. Once you find the name of the tribes, you got them. The Locanos right there. Don't you like she from India with that little pretty ass hair? Don't you like she from India? Look at that ruddiness of her, man. Look at my nose. Look at her nose. We got the phenotype. We're over here, them. We are them. We came up through Florida. Go look at my channel. I got it right on top of the channel. We are them. We just changed as we moved and came into the Caribbean. Then we moved from the Caribbean into the Southern America. Through Florida and all these other places, change our names to Seminoles and all kind of stuff. All these Indian names that's been changed, you really descend from the Arawak, aka the She, aka the Olmecs. You really descend from the Olmec She, which means rubber people. All right, or you descend from the Arawak, which means peoples. So when you say my peoples, that's an Arawak language. They used to say my peoples. That's what their name was. My peoples, just us. That's it. Until these Europeans came and these Moorish people came and started changing up our DNA. It's a fact. Let's get into it. All right, so we know the people from India are not from Africa, right? We got that down pat. So you can't say all dark skinned people from Africa. The people of India descend from the human beings of the H antigen, and they also descend from the Neanderthals of the steppe. They are the dark Neanderthals. What you got to say about that? Because I know near one of y'all gonna call the people from India an African. Debunk me. I know near one of y'all is gonna call the people from India an African. Debunk me. And where did you find out that the black people in America was African? Did you find that out from them, or did you find it out from the teachers of the schools? Which one was it? Was it from them, or was it from the teaching of the schools? Okay, because according to the National Institute of Health, which you about to get down to, according to PubMed Central, the Arawaks of the South American Indians were Negroid. We're Negroid. We talk about the origins of the migrations. We got archaeological evidence. It suggests where they were at. You know how they got to do it. They give you the places where you can find them, and even also in the Caribbean. A lot of us in the Caribbeans. Yeah, the Haitians, busting, breaking them on down. The Maroons, all of them. Yeah, the Indians was there with you. That's right. All you African slaves. The reason why you got the RHD is not because you from Africa in many cases, it's because you were mixed. You were mixed with some Africans. And that DNA that gets in them, that RHD is ubiquitous. It's coming from over there in Asia first. The RHD is ancestral origin. It's from the R1b up in South Asia and Africa. And we also have the ghost hominids in Africa. So America was the most purest. We were the most purest bloods until the founder effects. And ladies and gentlemen, we got all the evidence for that. We got all the evidence for that. I'm waiting for I get a whole bunch in the chat. I'm waiting for the naysayers to pop up today. Oh, we got the information for you today. I'm busting down on 2 sites right now, live. Let's go. Make sure you press the follow if you're new to the channel. So now that we know where they're traveling at, let's get into the historical facts, okay? Distinction from African origins. The Arawak has a distinction from African origins, okay? There's no historical or, listen to what they're saying now, there's no historical or genetical evidence. I'm going to say it again because it went over your head like an airplane. There's no historical or genetical evidence linking the Locano to Africa. They are indigenous to the Americas. Now, we say it in Wikipedia, right? But let me show you where they say that in the National Institute of Health. Since you want to try, it just in case you want to try to use Wikipedia against me, we got it for the National Institute of Health. Well, you know I'm going to lead you up there. All right. So we know that there's no historical or genetic evidence linking the Locano the Locano American Indians who are indigenous to America to Africa. Let's get a good look. The Locanos right there, chat. What you gonna say? The Locanos right there. You gonna say that's Africa first? You gonna say that's from Africa first? How was you gonna say? Oh, them Africans. They don't want to be black. They disrespecting their ancestors. Nope, they're the American Indians. How about that? Thus says National Institute of Health. And we're about to pull that up. Now, thus says National Institute of Health. Let's keep on going, chat. Bam. Now, I'm going to ask y'all a question. Now, here we go right here. I'm going to ask y'all a question. Smartest in the chat. Who in this panel right here carries the indigenous American Indian? I'm going to play with y'all on this one. Who in this panel right here carries the indigenous ancient American Arawak? Who, man? I want to see what y'all got to say about that, chat. Who in this image right here carries the American Indian, man? The most of the full-blooded Indians, man. All right, is it her? Come on, how many gonna say it's her? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Give me your numbers. 1, 2, 3, or 4, chat. Who in there carries the ancient ancestral lineage? Okay, we got a number 3 here. We got the number 3 coming up. Okay, we got a number 3. All right, we got the number. Okay. It's clear. Now we do know that these women here do carry the X. They do carry the X. They mixed them. As you can see, the variations. These will be considered the O1Vs of the indigenous people. We got the information on the live chat. They're the O1Vs. And when you're melanated, Negroid of African descent, when you have Indian in you, they consider you to be the O2. These are the O1V variances, and you are the O2. All right? They don't call you a variance. They just call you an O2 because you have some RH ancestors there, and they wasn't supposed to be there, but you have ancestral O of the original mother and father of the mother paternal and maternal line of the full-blooded Indians. How about that? Let's look at some more. Let's look at some more. The full-blooded Indians. Let's look at some images that Columbus and the Conquistador Portuguese decided to print up when they was walking in. The full-blooded Indians. Let's look at some of the images. The full-blooded. What you talk? Chat, man, go take a look at that, chat. Take a screenshot, chat. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of y'all telling us to go back to Africa. The next time one of y'all tell us to go back to Africa, we're going to tell y'all, go your asses back to Asia. Go your ass back to Europe, because you mixed too. Next time y'all say that. The next time y'all say go back, you go back first, because your ass is mixed too. You ain't a pure blood neither. How about that? You ain't a pure blood. You a variant. How about that? Because the original pure bloods are and still are, is and still are melanated. Okay? I'm going to say that right. The original O1V, according to the Red Cross, according to the National Institute of Health, is and still will always be melanated first. This is the depiction that they painted of what it looked like, chat. And once you know the people, now you can go and look at your ancestors, man. Now you can go and look at your family members, man. You heard? Now you can look at your family members, chat. Indeed. Now you can look at your family members, chat. Okay? Now you can look at your family members. I know it ain't easy to take. I know you don't like it. I know you don't like it. I don't care. We didn't like it when y'all kept coming in calling us African. We didn't like it when y'all kept calling us slaves. We didn't like it either. We didn't like it either. We had to take it on the chin, right? All the slaves, hang trees, all that, right? Crosses up the middle, all in the forts. We done had to go through all of it. Y'all were putting your necks on the original American Indians. Let me show you something right now. You see how I look? Let me show you something, chat. Let me show you something. Just so y'all can know. Just so y'all, excuse me, I don't know why. What the heck? Every time I come over here. So look, chat. Chat, right here on TikTok, chat. You see how black I am, chat? You see how dark? That's when I was living in Florida, chat. When you go to my channel, you will see on the top that we came into Florida. They found potteries and they found ancient prehistoric bones that predates the land bridge. And now they're going to try to come and say, oh, we found some 23,000. That's bullcrap. Y'all was saying 14 till we found that pottery. Y'all was saying 14 till we found that pottery that's been there ever since 1617. Then y'all going to try to say y'all found some 23,000. I'm not trying to hear that no more. Now we know y'all trying to cover it up. Y'all going to really try to double down on that? If that's so quick? Oh, come on. Y'all never found it until we found out the truth. And now y'all found something that's predating us and still trying to claim the land bridge. Man, the jig is up. The jig is up. All right, so that's me. Look how dark I am, chat. You see how dark I can get? You see me, chat? I get super dark, chat. All right? And I get super light when it get cold outside, okay? So my phenotype changes, okay? But I am originally blue-black with the beautiful brown eyes. You can't see it because of the lighting and everything. Let me see if I get it. See if I help y'all. Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. We're going to cover it today. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can see my eyes. Y'all see them? I don't know if y'all can see them beautiful browns. I don't know if y'all can see them beautiful browns. I don't know if y'all can see. If y'all can see them beautiful browns, pump that. Give me a thumb up. So I'm trying to show you. I'm not getting blind over here. If y'all can see them beautiful browns, if y'all can see that ruddy in my face, throw the thumb up in the chat. If y'all can see that ruddiness, throw the thumb up in the chat. If y'all can see them beautiful browns, give me a thumb up in the chat. All right, I am blue-black, chat, but I get light because I was up in the north. I'm up in the north. All right, when I was in the south, when I was in Florida, I was blue-black. Look at me with the prettiest brown eyes you want to see. Eyes of fire. Shout out to you with the eyes. Eyes of fire. Okay, straight up and down. We know who the American Indian is. It's a rap. The jig is up. We know the letter M's. We know the letter M's. Turn that down side for the W. Tell me turn this down, chat. Hold on, chat. Put this up. We know we got the letter M's. We know we got the X for the she's. We know that already. All right. And if you don't know, now you know. Okay, let's get it done. Where I'm at. All right. So where am I? I got to make sure I get this right. Okay. I don't want to mess this up for y'all. Let me start from the beginning. We're going to start from the black little Indian first, right? Then we're going to bust it down to the South American Arawaks. They're not from Africa, clear plain, right? It's just a language that we call themselves Arawaks, which means my peoples or the peoples, right? Or rubber people, all right? When we call them the Tutashi, that means the rubber people. When the Asiatics came in, they call us the rubber people, all right? They call us the Arawaks because that's what it meant. Okay, so let's keep on going. I'm trying to give you a quick synopsis. All right, I'm trying to get to it. This is where they are today. This is where they are today. Venezuela, all these other places, Northern South America, the Caribbean, they're still there today. And guess what my father came out of? The Caribbean. Guess what my father came out of? The Caribbean. And according to the science, they're in the Caribbean right now today. Right now. Then they said they wiped them away. Y'all believe that, did y'all? Y'all believe that whiteout, boy? 1778 was official, boy. Go look at my channel. We got the videos about it. On TikTok. They whited us out, bro. It was an agenda, okay? It was an agenda, chat. It was an agenda to get rid of the indigenous ones because they knew there was no historical or genetic evidence linking the Locanos to Africans. And this is why we say, where the boats? Where the boats at? Because we know that you European Portuguese did bring some of your African, West African, East African slaves with you as your allies, not as your slaves. Y'all was over there ever since the 1100s? Ever since the 1100s fighting with the Moorish people? And y'all got free, 15? And y'all started enslaving people because y'all were being enslaved? And y'all came and enslaved the indigenous of the ancestral age of the indigenous people of the Americas? The pre-Columbian culture? That's a history as distinct from African people. We're distinct. Y'all keep trying to say Africa first. Then y'all got to say the people from India is from Africa first. And y'all can't say it. You see? The DNA, the bloodline tells you your origins, whether you like it or not. Because as soon as you try to show your face, and as soon as you try to snub your nose, I'm going to say, do you really want to go back to the blue-blinded plague? Do we have to cover the blue-blinded plague? Do we have to cover you sleeping with the animals? Do we have to cover you being a wild man before the Moors came and civilized you? The Africans, thank you for joining the fan club. Do we have to do that? Because we don't want to do that. But if you come over here trying to act supreme, we're going to have to lower you down a little bit. Because this is the channel for the ABO of the Xkavae and ABO fan club. And of the ABO across the world. We deal with blood type, origins, and some haplogroup information. That's it, blood type, origin. Because a lot of us don't even know where we come from. If you were adopted and left by your family member, you won't know where you come from. You won't know. But if you find out your blood type, you can have a good idea. If you find out the blood type, you can have a good idea. You get what I'm saying? One of your parents or both of your parents done broke you down. And it's your job to try to get down to it. And they got tests out here. Doctors have tests. They have a computer, they have a microscope right now. It's cost $60,000 where they can actually test your DNA and show you what it says molecularly. What they did with me. I signed the paper. I'm even on an article right now. My article is 9324. So I heard them say, put it on 9324. They're studying me on the article because I'm different. They said it's two like me in the whole county that I'm at. It says two like me. It says one other person. And I should ask him, who is it? You know, HIPAA law, I can't do it. It's one other person in my county, chat. Like me. I hope she's a girl. I'm just joking, chat. But you get what I'm saying, chat? You get what I'm saying? We still here, chat. We may not be a lot because of the RHD went crazy. Because it's ubiquitous. We may not be a lot, but we still here. And all y'all descend from us because y'all all descend from the H. So if you're all descent from the H, every blood type of modern humans of the ABO has the H. So if the H is the O and the O is predominantly in America, then where the hell you came from? Out of Africa? They got us with that one. I ain't gonna lie, chat. You don't see this red. You don't see my red tone? They got us with that, chat. They got us. I ain't gonna lie. Man, they pulled the wool. But let's get right here. In summary, the Locanos are South American indigenous group from the Arawak family, originating in South America with no African ancestry. They are a resilient and culturally rich people whose heritage is deeply tied to the lands and history in the Guyanians and the surrounding areas. Chat. They still here, chat. The ancient Y is still here, chat. Who would have thought? Thank you for the donations. Who would have thought, chat? Who would have thought the ancient white? Now let's get into the blood group, since I want to know so much. Now we're going to get down to the muscle. Here it is, chat. The Arawak people, South America, an indigenous primary group residing in the Guyanas, the Caribbean, surnames Venezuela and French Guyana, and are characterized by overwhelmingly prevalence of blood group. I don't think I got to say it, do I? That's the Washington Post. I don't think I got to say it. Now, we do know you guys have been flooded with the RH positive. We do know y'all been flooded with the RH positive. We know. So when you say, what's O positive mean? You got a little mix. What's O positive? Somebody hit you with that little antigen. That's all it means. Someone of your ancestors got, we went to slavery. Slavery, war, all kind of stuff, intermarriages, interbreeding, it could happen any kind of way. So once that thing gets in your DNA, it's ubiquitous, okay? It cannot, it's most times it don't come out until you have one of us show up, the ancestors, to remind you who's the original breed. Sometimes the ancestor got to push out the one, the ruddy one, to remind you, hey, you ain't all the way that. You came from over here. Thus says the Washington Post. Let's keep on going, ladies and gentlemen, because I know y'all want the receipts. I know y'all want the receipts. We got the Washington State University. I'm sorry. It's the Washington State University, EDU. You going to try to tell me they don't know what they're talking about? You going to try to tell me these guys don't know what they're talking about? You going to try to tell me? There's the site. There it is. Since you want the site, you want the info. Don't leave. Come back. Take a screenshot. Don't leave yet. Don't leave before you get all the information. You might miss something. All right? Don't leave before you lose all the information. There'll be time for y'all to get all that. You can donate to the channel. You can follow the channel. You can even ask me to rewind. I got all the articles right here. I just want to make sure I put them out. Make sense, chat? Make sense? All right? So let's keep on going. So we got the university. I got to make sure I stay on point with this. Okay? So now it goes right here. All right? The ancestral populations across the Bering Land Bridge. Now listen to this. The land bridge, that's us. The land bridge, that's us. They try to say we came from over there, but that's not true. We came from over here. Okay? All right? I can't really see it that well. Hold on, let me see it. Hold on, chat. I can't really see it. All right? So it says 90% of the indigenous South American populations, including the Locano. Now look, 90%. Including, we talk about the O1, the O2, and the O1V. Whether you're mixed light, it don't matter. You have now become the goddamn O of the ancestral indigenous South American populations right in your face. National, whatever that is. I had to pull it up real quick, chat. I know what it is, chat. I got it in the next screen. I'm just messing with y'all. All right? I'm just messing with y'all. But you get what I'm saying? In the RH factor, while blood group O is essentially universal among them, they are almost exclusively RH positive and RH negative, it's coming from the unmixed, being mixed up so much. It's coming from being mixed up so much. So we lost a lot of the RH negative because being mixed up so much. But it's still blood group O. Who has something to say about that? It's still blood group O. Who has something to say about that? Let's keep on going. Because I want to hear the naysayers today. I'm waiting for them. I'm going to hang out. Now, when we're dealing with blood group O, we also know. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Yo, I'm on live, my boy. All right. Right. So we also know. All right. So look, the Diego factor. When we're dealing with the Diego, I was trying to get it up, chat, but I'm over here on different platforms, so I couldn't use the computer. But we're covering that the ancient Americans of blood group O, which is now dominated with the RH positive, has an ancestral lineage from the Americas and do not have genetical history or genetic codes from Africa. Yes, we all have melanated skin. That has something to do with something totally different than the land masses where people are. All right, the Africans have changed because they have mixed and mingled with the Neanderthal and the ghost hominid. We weren't doing that, okay? We were all one millions of years ago. That is true. But it's not, the only reason why they say out of Africa is because the first mixtures began out of Africa. Okay, they were the first ones in Europe making the MCR1, light white-skinned people today. Okay, they were the first ones in Asia. Okay, they were the first ones in Asia. Hold on. The H antigen. Okay, we're talking about the H antigen. Everything messing up. Come on now. Oh, chat. They don't want it to get out, chat. My stand ain't working right, chat. What the heck? Chat, y'all gotta forgive me, chat. Staying acting crazy. See that? Y'all see that? As soon as I started breaking this knowledge down, stuff started going. The spirit started moving like, oh, hold on. Don't tell it all. Now, when we're dealing with the Diego, we're dealing with the RH negative, and they have found in the indigenous South Americans, including of the Arawak and Locano descendants, often possess a unique phenotype marker with other minor blood group systems, as well as example is the Diego DI antigen, which is widely used in anthropological genetics as a biomarker of Native American ancestry. So what they do is they find something that's similar with everyone. And if that similarity is not in you, it's not you. I'm saying, chat. If they don't find the genetic marker in your DNA, it don't matter what you got. Listen, you can have Europe, Scandinavia, Africa, Bantu. You can have Australia. You can have all those mixtures of millions of years. But when they look into your genome sequence molecularly, you have to have the Diego antigen. That's what makes you a part of the melanated Indians. All right, and they have other certain antigens like the H. The H is the H is the most dominant one. The H is the precursor to human beings. So when you say the H antigen, we talking about the old blood group, and we just showed you in the last pick that I don't know why I keep doing that. It shows you that the Native American populations, they also carry a high percentage of blood type O. All right. And when Rh negative blood is found in minor indigenous descendants, such as the Arawak community, when Rh negative blood is found, the full-blooded Indians are found, such as the Arawak and the Caribbean, Central, and Northern and South. Do I have to keep going? And who said that? Who said that? The National Institute of Health said that. Who wants the receipts? Who wants the receipts? You want to say I'm from Nigeria again? Who wants the receipts? Here we go. Let's read it again. Vast majority of Native American populations, they're going to throw that Native American, all right? Native carry the Rh positive factor and the blood type O group. When Rh negative blood is found, the royal blood, when Rh negative blood is found, I'm saying it again, when the Rh negative blood is found, the original H antigen, when the Rh negative blood is found, the precursor, when the Rh negative blood is found of the H antigen of the HH human beings of millions of years old, archaic humans, when the Rh negative found, the ones with no haplogroups, when they find it in the modern indigenous population, it is in the Arawaks, the Caribbeans, Central, South, and North America. How you going to say we come from Africa first? National Institute of Health.gov. How you going to say we come from Africa first? That's racist. See? You racist. Go back to Africa. Hey, go back to Europe. Go back to Africa. Go back to the steppe and the mountains, the Caucasus Mountains. We can say it too. This our lands. Y'all put y'all foot on our necks. We can't breathe. Black Lives Matter. You name it. Civil war. Everything down the boards, chat. You guys now get a first hand from the government. Let me read it again, because I think some people don't know English. Let me read it again in case you missed it. You see the ruddy one right here, the O negative blood type. Let me read it again. Oh, you come out of Nigeria. No, the Nigerians look like me. The Nigerians look like me. Because I'm the H. I'm the H-O. I'm the H-O. Uh-oh, took the light out. They mad. I'm the H-O, chat. They took my light out. You seen that, chat? Don't be turning the light out. Don't turn the light out. They got me, chat. Let me plug it in, chat. Let me plug it in, chat. You know the truth for the spirit start moving, boy. That truth come out. I'm talking to my other platforms. That truth come out, boy. That spirit start moving, chat. If y'all new to the channel, make sure y'all put subscribe. Also find me on the TikTok app. Also find me on the YT app. You know what I'm saying? You feel me, chat? Make sure y'all subscribe. I need about 250 more. We're gonna go in over here. Thank you for joining and hanging in. Okay? Okay. Thank you for joining. Oh, come on. So I'm trying to plug this in, chat. I'm trying to plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. You feel me? So let's cover it again in case you didn't see it. Let's cover it again in case nobody didn't read it. It says the vast majority of Native American populations carry the Rh positive factor and type O group. When Rh negative blood is found, modern indigenous or descendant populations, Arawak communities, Caribbean, Central, South, North, bitch, not Africa. Let me stop cursing. That's not Africa. Let me stop cursing. That's not Africa. That's not Africa, bro. Let me stop cursing. That's African. Let me stop cursing, chat. It's the indigenous Negroes. That's who it is. I know you don't like it. So next time you want to put some makeup on your face, why don't you do it like that? And next time you want some makeup on your face, why don't you put it on your face like that and keep it real and bring your motherfucking cornrows down and keep it real with your indigenous ancestors. Throw the letter M's up, turn them down for the W's. Don't forget the X for the she, the Olmec, for the elites. Don't forget the elites, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so when we look at the images that they give us that were depicting us, they depicted us. That's Africa? You guys, what? So where did you learn that we was African? That's the question. Who told you I was African? You coming over here like you know me. You coming over here like you know me, man. All right? You know me, bro. You gonna come out your face and call me a slave, bro. I'm offended. Now, I know we were all being pounded out with disease, that is. Don't act like y'all strong, Domras. Y'all came over with them diseases from them caves, all right? Sleeping with them animals and all that shit, rats, everything. Y'all brought it all. You and the Africans did that shit. You and the Africans, okay? Because y'all were both immune because y'all been missing for centuries, okay? Centuries. So let's go back to it. Let's get back to it. The Arawak peoples of South America and indigenous groups primarily reside in Guyana, Suriname, Venezuela, and French Guiana, and characterized by the overwhelming prevalence of Group O. Group O. Even though we have a lot of O positive today, because I came over here mixing around, monkeying around. Y'all know I'm just playing with y'all, man. Y'all know I'm just playing with y'all, right? You know what I'm saying? I came over here monkeying around. You know what I'm saying? And mess us up, bro. A quick summary: the Locanos are the South American group coming from the Arawaks. And if you think about the Arawaks everywhere. Trinidad, South America, that's not the Mayans. That's the Mayans. The Mayans were speaking Arawak. That's what it was doing. It was calling themselves the peoples. We the peoples. Y'all even know that, did y'all? Y'all even know that. We originate from the Americas, not Africa. No African ancestry. None. So when you're taking these DNA tests, that shit is a fraud. That shit is a fraud. That shit is a fraud. How about that? Because according to the National Institute of Health, the people who make the goddamn rules, all right, the Washington University, according to Washington State University, okay, according to the National, I forget what that is, National Park Association, when we're dealing with the unmixed indigenous South American populations include the Locanos and express blood type O blood, A and B alleles, and variant and virtually absent in traditional. Listen to this now. See, it says A and B blood is virtually absent in the unmixed. The unmixed. What you trying to say to me, Chad? Thank you for the donations. What you trying to say to me, Chad? We running this all week. I'm running this all week. I love it. I love it. I'm waiting for them. They say to come over. Oh, go, you like a Nigerian. I love you. I love you. No, they don't like me. I told you my doctor said I was the Adam gene. I'm still freaking out about that shit. Chat, I'm still on the wire about that, chat. I'm like, damn, if I would have knew, why you tell me now? Shit, I could have did so much better in my life. I could have had made better choices. You know what I'm saying? You gonna tell me in the end of my life, bitch? But I'm trying to tell you now. So if you are African American and you don't know where you come from, start with your blood type first. Start with your blood type first. Now, if you got a blood type A or B, you see what they said. That's a mixture. That's a mixture. Okay? We won't call y'all the Native Americans. Make sense? If you're black with the A and B, you're a Native American. You the melanated Native. They're not going to deny you on that. You just denying yourself because you afraid to say it because you afraid somebody gonna say you ain't an idiot, and I'm gonna say you ain't either. You what's your blood type? Yeah, I'm gonna have the kids. I got the kids. Listen, y'all gonna have to wait. Shout out to the old positive ancestrals. Listen, y'all gonna have to wait. Everything takes time. I need to get to 10,000 subs. I need 10,000 subs right now. I need to have 10,000 right now. I ain't even tapping the screen. I need 10,000. I ain't even tapping the screen. I only got 2,000. Y'all doing me dirty, chat. You know how hard it is for me to work on this? I only got 2,000. Come on, chat. Come on. That's all I got this month. Come on, chat. I need to have 10,000 a month. You guys only give me like 2,000. I gotta do better than that. This is the most indigenous information you're gonna have. Even Cameron was trying to figure it out. Here you go, Cam. Here you go right here. The unmixed, if your blood group O, you are the unmixed. Here you go, Negro. All right, if you got the A and B, you are the mix, according to the National Park Association. And we also know that the Indians, the unmixed natural Indians who come from America first. What blood group was it? What blood group was it? It's blood group O. All right, and it's universally among them, and almost exclusively RH positive because of the mixtures. But when RH negative blood is found, y'all know what we talk about. You know, we here's the state university, here's the site, so you get the information. I know I give y'all that. You know I give y'all the receipts. Y'all know I give y'all the receipts. Tap that freaking screen. Y'all know I give y'all the receipts. All right, here's the national. We just was at that. I'm trying to get to the next one. Excuse me, chat. All right, here's the National Institute of Health. Now, nobody can deny the National Institute of Health. Now, y'all can talk all the junk y'all want about the universities who gave y'all degrees. You might want to throw your, if you're going to say the Washington University on they talk about, throw your degree in the garbage. Go get your certificates and throw it in the garbage. Go ahead, throw it away, dog. Because if you can't listen to the universities, then why you got that degree? Because I'm the MGR. Why I'm the MGMT or the MGR. Why you got that degree? What's your letters behind you? All right. And if you got letters behind your name, as we all should have, all right, then you gotta go with the information by the teachers, man. You got to deal with what the teachers are saying. All right? Because you ain't have a problem when the teachers were saying you got that degree. You ain't have a problem when the teachers were saying you got to put that little tassel to the side. You ain't have a problem when the teachers were saying, oh, welcome to when you had to sign you had to take the oath. You ain't had a problem when the teachers were telling you all that. But you got a problem when the teachers are telling you that the Arawaks possess a Diego antigen as well. Okay? According to the National Institute of Health. Okay? They have an antigen that can be found in the people. And that's how my doctor knew I wasn't black. Not meaning skin, not meaning melanation, meaning black. When they call you black in Africa, in America, they try to say you come from an African descendant, right? As we do. A lot of times we do. Hey, it happens. But not all of us. They automatically assume that like you do. When you see a melanated person, the first thing you want to say is African. He's a slave in America, da-da-da. That's the first thing you want to say. But guess what? Not according to the National Institute of Health. Not according to the National Institute of Health. Not according to them. Let's take it from the top. Shall we? Let's take it from the top. Not according to them. Let's take it from the top. I like to take it from the top for all my new people that just came in. I'm going to take it from the top. All right, the black little Indian, okay? The Locano, we got to wait, chat. The Locano Arawak is considered the black little Indian. Okay, look this up, chat. The Locano Arawak is considered the black little Indian, which I descend from. Making sense? Which my son and all my children descend from. Because I am the paternal line. Makes sense? All my sons are going to pass on this paternal line. They're going to pass down the black little Indian. They're going to pass that down, okay? Now, when I'm saying, now listen, doctors got your DNA test. Doctors got it already. If you ever went to the doctor for a procedure, if you ever went to the doctor to get a tooth out, if you ever drew some blood, if you ever went in there inside their facility and gave them some kind of fluids or something, they got your DNA. You just gotta ask. You just gotta go to the right channels. What am I? How many of y'all went to your doctor and asked him, what am I? How many of y'all just thought, who thought about doing that? Who, man? Who? Which one, man? The first people were white. Not even you believe that one. Now I will say the first people of the Neanderthals may have possibly been white. I don't know. The first people in there, I ain't in the Neanderthals, so I can't speak on what people you talk about. Okay, so when we talking about the first people in the Americas, okay, we're talking about the Americas first. We're talking about Africa first. We talk about Australia first. So when you're dealing with those land masses, the first people in those land masses were and still are melanated old blood originally, respectfully. You get what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Now, the Locanos are an indigenous to the South American, not Africa. Okay? It's a lot of stuff in the way. I would have pulled it up on the computer, but I'm live over here too. So what I'm saying is the South American Locano, American Indian are not from Africa. Let's see what they look like, chat. Let's see what they look like today, chat. Let's get some women out here. There we go, chat, right here. Bang. And we see the mixtures right there. That we just covered the mixtures, and here's a pure blood. The full blood. Look at my nose. Look. Why you can't say I look like a Locano? Why you can't say you see I look just like her? Look at my big forehead, everything. Why you can't say I look like a Locano? Why I gotta look like a Nigerian? I can't look like a Locano. You see? Because I look like a Locano. I look just like her. What you talking about? I look like a Locano Indian. What are you talking about? You say, oh, I look like a Nigerian. They must look like me. You know what I'm saying? Because I like a Locano. Look at my phenotype. Look at it. I mean, what is there to say? I mean, what can you really say? What are you trying to say here? Look at that. Look, the old make she right there. The she. The dent. The dent in the forehead right there. What are you trying to say here? What are you trying? Look at my eye. Look at the eye. Look at. What are you trying to say? See, this is the thing. You saying Afro, and that's another stigma. That's another. It's not. They are not Afro. Nothing. They're not from Africa. Cut the Afro part, man. They're not from Africa. Boy, do you not see it says indigenous? Do you not see where it says? Do you not? Some people, boy, I tell you, boy. Some people, I tell you. All right. So when you see a woman like this who's indigenous, how many of y'all know some women that look like that? So when you see a woman look like that, that's indigenous. Well, they call them Afro-indigenous today, but we're not calling them that over here, chat. We call them what it is, chat. The ancestral H. You know the Europeans are gonna come up with what they want to come up with. We got to go with the narrative. I get it. You're gonna cite the European. Fine. We're citing the ancestors. We're not gonna cite the Europeans over here. Because over here ain't no Europeans. It's just Caucasians, Asians, Latinos, and North Americans who they try to call the African American. That's all that exists in the world. I'm going to say it again according to the Red Cross in case you didn't hear me. There are Caucasians, light-skinned people, all right? There are Latinos, the mixed breed, and the Afros, right? And then you have the American black people, right? And then you have the Australian Aborigines, but they're also considered who are they considered? They got the Australian Aborigines. They got 4 different people that they say exist from all that's around here. They don't say all this other stuff y'all saying. The Red Cross only do it by blood group. All right, so you either Caucasian, you either Asian from Africa, all those places, or you even from Australia, all that, or you from over here. That's it. That's all it is. And then you got the A, the B, and the O. That's it. So don't come over here and talk about, oh, those are Afro. No, those are Indians. Okay? Those are the indigenous, aboriginal, ancestral beginnings of the old blood. That's what it is right there. Let's pull it up, chat. Because we just ain't gonna say it. We could prove it. You see? See, when you could prove it, that's a different scenario. So the first thing we're going to prove is there's no historical or genetic evidence linking the Locanos, who look like me, all right, to Africa. They are indigenous to Americas, as is my father is too. My daughter said I wasn't black. Now what? They not black either, but don't they look? So you saying black means a skin color. Well, that's funny, because if we go right here and we look at India, India comes from the Iranians. They come from the Neanderthals. People in India are blacker than me. And they come from the steppe. All right? They come from the steppe. Look it up. They come from the Neanderthals. So skin color don't make you who you are. That's right there. The people from India are related to the Eurasians of the steppe. And if you know where the steppe is at, that's the Caucasus Mountains. All right? So you can't say skin color makes you who you are. You're racist. Okay? We don't have no time for racists over here. If you're going to deal with the ABO and you're going to try to learn about your blood groups, then fine. We know that there's some Caucasian type Indians. Y'all did get our mothers. Y'all some motherfuckers. How about that? Y'all the real motherfuckers. All right? You know, like black people always say, motherfucker, that's y'all. That's y'all. All you white, excuse me, all you Caucasian Native Americans, all you Caucasian indigenous, all you variances, you some motherfuckers. You're fucking our melanated sisters right now, motherfucker. Motherfucker, what you talking about? You motherfucker. You motherfucker. Chat. Chat, follow the channel, chat. Follow the channel, chat. The next time one of you European mix, next time one of you Caucasian, because they ain't European, you're Caucasian. Next time one of you Caucasian mix want to come over here talking that crap, I'm going to say, motherfucker. And that's not a curse word. Let me make sure it's clear. TikTok, this is for comedy only. This is not a curse word. Motherfuckers, the Europeans came into the Arawak lands. The Portuguese came into the Arawak lands. The African slaves came into the Arawak lands, and they had sex with our mothers. So us as the melanated American Indians, North, South, and Central, call you motherfucker. You the original motherfuckers, man. This motherfucker. Yo, we've been speaking our language so long, we even know it. We've been speaking our language all this time, and none of us took time to go know it. My people, that's my people, though. Don't mess with home, that's my peoples. Guess what? Arawak language. I didn't even know that shit. But yo, that's my peoples right there. Arawak language. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, so when you hear me say motherfucker, I'm only talking to them Caucasians coming in here, all them Africans coming in here trying to disrespect us. Motherfucker! Go ahead and put yo, follow the channel, chat. Follow the channel. Y'all know it's hilarious. I mean, we keep it real over here, chat. We ain't hating on no one. We don't hate on no one. I need all y'all. Why would I hate? It's all about the ABO. Shit. My doctor, Indian woman. My doctor's from India. Why would I hate on India? My doctor's from India. All right? I got a Caucasian doctor. Why would I hate on? I need help. Why would I get mad because he went to school and learned some shit? I need some help. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say, yo, motherfucker, that medicine ain't working. Because, yo, every time I see a Caucasian with one of my melanated indigenous ones, I'm going to say, you motherfucker. Keep that shit real. You motherfuckers. Now y'all know what I mean, chat. So y'all hanging in with me, chat. I appreciate y'all hanging in. Now y'all know what I mean when I say you motherfuckers. According to the historical facts, people in India are not from Africa, and they are darker than the motherfucker. They are dark as shit. Okay, so don't say skin folk make you African. Cut that shit out. Stop being racist. You don't know what you're talking about. All right, and we also have a proof. They say the deep roots of most people from India, when you deal with the Y chromosome with the father, they said the lineage traced back to early humans. Who was that? The O? I guess we were the motherfuckers. Oh, I guess we were some motherfuckers too. All right, they probably seen us. You motherfuckers. So now the people in India probably looking at us when they see us walking by with our swag and shit, right? They probably gonna say, you motherfuckers. Because the H been getting it in. And matter of fact, since we talk about the H, Since we talk about the ancient ancestral oath which came out of America, thus saith National Institute of Health, thus saith the Iran Journal of Truth, we're going to be covering all that this week. And I found the Locanos, nigga. And the Locanos is the direct link that went into the Caribbean. The Locanos, the the Diego antigen is found in the Locanos, which is found in the Caribbean, which is found in North, South, and Central America, which makes you indigenous. And we know you got the mixtures of the A and B. We know that. That makes you Native American. Thank you for the donations. When you claiming to be American. So the Native Americans, right, who come from Asia first, all right, a lot of y'all got the Asiatic Y chromosome of the haplogroups. When the Locanos don't have a haplogroup. They are the group. The O group. They only changed into the O2 when they got the RHD. They still wasn't a haplogroup. They were the O2. And then they changed again when the Europeans came in and did the founder effects and took away the extant Y chromosome, and they became the O1V, the ones that we see are light today with the little hair or whatever. Mexican light ones and all that. Now, you are the O1V. You are the variant of us. The O2 is actually us, but it got the RHD from one of them Caucasians or one of them Africans centuries, right? But it came back to the ancestors. Shout out to the A blood. A blood melanated, A blood white. You got to, excuse me, A blood melanated, meaning Africa, Asia. We don't say Africa over here. We say Asia. Are you A blood Asia or are you A blood Europe? Or are you ain't Europe Asia? No, Europe is Europe. Are you A blood Asia? Are you A blood America or A blood Europe or Australia? What A blood are you? When you say A blood, you gotta drop your origins. Okay, so I can't just claim A blood until I know the origin, and then I can give you a deliverance on how it could have took place. A blood in the Americas, are you Caucasian or are you the indigenous? I gotta know. Are you Caucasian or are you indigenous? And by the way, man, push the follow, man. You got me out my box. I don't even be talking to y'all, man. I don't even know you right now, bro. You gotta push the follow. You gotta join the fan club. Gotta donate, do something. You know what I'm saying? Indigenous first. When you're in the right place, make sure you follow. For the indigenous one, letter M, turn them down for the W. Don't forget the pyramids on the poems and the mounds for the mound builders. All right? And the mounds. We got two. We got the three that complete, and we got the letter M with the X for the she. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the elite and we got the regular. That's how it goes. Everybody can't be elite. We got the royal blood and we got those who descend. Everybody can't be the royal blood. Everybody want to be the royal blood. How? All right? Oh, Tennessee. Oh, let's go. All right. Okay. My peeps from there. I got peoples from there. They got some mounds up in there, too. They got some mounds up there. They got the foot on your neck up there, though. Dang. They got some foot on your neck in Tennessee, man. They making sure the indigenous don't rise up. Black Wall Street. You feel me? So let's cover this, chat. Let's cover it, chat. Let's cover it. I don't see no naysayers in the chat today. I'm not saying it's not wrong with chat. I said I got peoples from there. Don't you guys? All right. Okay, but maybe it's wrong. Maybe Tennessee great. I don't know. Tell me something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I ain't been there. You know what I'm saying? My people's there. I just never went. You feel me? Maybe sound good. All right. Check into it. All right. All right. O blood in the house. O blood ancestral in the house. O blood ancestral. O blood what? O blood what? Come on, man. I'm the RH negative. O blood what, man? I'm the RH negative from America first. Break it on down. We need to know where your origins. I need to know where the country's at. I need to know where my people's at. Matter of fact, what we got in the chat? Matter of fact, let me look. Let me put my shades on. I need to know how many people we got in the chat because we're going to finish this up. Oh, we got 4600. Man, tap that screen, man. I'm trying to make it to at least 10 bands. Tap that freaking screen. Share this video, ladies and gentlemen. Who else is going to give you this information about your blood types the way your main man Xkavae is going to do it while keeping you entertained the whole time so you won't feel like this is a dread to watch. You get what I'm saying? I want to keep you involved, okay? And I'm sorry for my people down here at YT. I'm still trying to figure out the OBS, how to work that, and at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you put the subs because you're going to be catching the lives while I'm on the TikTok app. I'm saying, and vice versa. You get what I'm saying? Just in case I want to scroll back and forth to add yourself on the channel so you can get this pertinent information. So now, why do we call ourselves the Black Little Indian? Why do I call myself the Black Little Indian? Because my doctor told me, number one. Let me give it to you. My doctor told me, number one. I'm going to give it to you right here, YouTube. My doctor told me, all right, I had a problem. I was going through some stuff, right? I didn't know what was happening to me. And when you get older, you start getting a little sick, shit start happening. You feel me? You can't, it's inevitable, right? So, long story short, I got sick and I went to the doctor. They didn't know what the fuck to do with me, man. They didn't. They was trying everything. They was like, we don't know. Every time you keep coming back, you keep getting worse. They didn't know what to do with me, chat. I didn't even know. I was like, y'all the doctors. I'm in there arguing with them. The spirit, the warrior spirit was in me. I'm like, y'all the doctors, y'all know how to fix it. They yelling at me. We can't change it. No, we arguing back and forth because nobody knows what's going on. And then even them, they was like, they called me up by my name. And they was like, what did you do to God? They was like, yo, they was asking me questions. They were like, what did you do to God? I was going down, Chad. I was out of here, bro. I'm going to tell you, I was like, what the fuck is this nigga acting like I'm Israel or some shit, right? And then they was like, yo, we don't know what to do. Then one wise doctor, as always, y'all Caucasians, y'all coming up with something. He said, yo, I got a plan. He said, listen, I know what we can do. He said, we're going to have to take a genetic, this is what he said. He said, we're going to have to take a molecular look into your DNA to find out what's wrong. That's what he told me. I ain't know nothing about it. I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know nothing about the NIH. I didn't know nothing about molecular and all this. I didn't even know. All I knew what my blood type was, but I didn't even know nothing about that. So I was like, fine, go ahead. I mean, anything to make me better, right? Like I always ask my chat, if you in a situation, whether you white, excuse me, I won't stop using these misnomers. Whether you're Caucasian, whether you're Asian, whether you're American, whether you're Australian, if you're in a situation, does it really matter if you're in a life or death situation? Does it really matter at the end of the day who saves you and your family's life? Are you really going to be that stuck up that you're going to allow somebody to just pass you by so you can fade? Or are you going to reach your hand up and say, please? I mean, just tell me that, if you in a house and it's burning down, and the only body that can pull up is a bunch of Negroes, are you going to put your hands and you going to put your life in their hands when they tell you to jump through the tarp? Or you going to say, I don't trust you, I'm going to burn up? Which one you going to do, chat? Are you going to drop your baby down on that tarp so he can get caught and trust those Negroes? Or are you going to say, I ain't got nothing to do with it, I don't want my own people, I don't trust y'all dudes? Talk to me. What you going to say? What you going to say? Now let's go vice versa. If you a Negro, you in the emergency room, man, you having problems. You about to die. You know you about to die. They don't even need to tell you about to die. You know you about to die. That's why your black ass is in the hospital. And you and I both know black men don't like going to the hospital. That's why we always get fucked up. Men in general, we always try to stay it off, right? And that's why we always get fucked up. Get your ass to the hospital. Forgive me for my profanity, but y'all know how I like to do, right? I like to keep it American, right? So now, you in that hospital, and it's all pearly whites coming there, right? With them blue eyes, blonde hair. They got the scalpel, everything, needles laid out. Are you going to tell them, I'm going to wait for my Moorish doctors? Are you going to say, never mind, let me get the Moorish doctor in here? Or you going to be like, please, please be gentle. Are you going to pray to your God at that moment? You know you don't trust him, but you're going to be like, I got to put my hands in the hands of the enemy. You're going to be with God the whole time, walking it through. Father, I just want to say something to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I need your help. And a lot of times, even the doctors will come and say, yo, this was a miracle. They probably was like, we want to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it, child. I ain't gonna get bad. But you get what I'm saying? We done caught too many people on camera saying the most hideous stuff about people, man. So even them doctors done got caught saying stuff while they surgery. Now, they wasn't doing nothing wrong to the surgery, but still, man, I don't want nobody doing no surgery on me, looking at my butt cheeks, talking about I got a pimple inside. I don't need to do all that. And if she wouldn't have recorded it, the lady would have never found out the hideous thing they were saying about her. Now, they did help her. They were very proficient in the surgery, so that's good. But the humiliated process she had to go through from watching that video to make sure that she was safe on the table, it kind of really probably gave her some anxiety. So when we're dealing with the American Negro, we all descend from, if you are indigenous, you must descend from the Arawaks and then all other chapters. That's what the chapters are. We have the language. It's not the people, it's the language. You have to descend from the people of the people, man. You have to. And according to the Red Cross, again, according to the Red Cross, I'm going to say it for the last time for everybody over here. According to the Red Cross, all right, the Black American has a prevalence of 51% from 48 to 51% O ancestral H antigen, bro. H antigen, bro. The O, bro. And when they say over here, they mess with me, chat. They mess with me, chat. They mess with me, chat. I don't even know where I'm at. So let's go right here. So when we do a quick summary, and you keep seeing South America, right? So the first thing you say is, oh, that's not us. But we did migrations. We got the anthropologists letting you know about the migrations. All right, so we had our own migration story. They don't want to put that in the books, though. They didn't put that in the books. What about the South American migration? Why that wasn't taught in school? What about the American Negro Indian? Why nobody taught us about that when y'all talk about Native Americans? Why y'all skipped over that? Why all the blacks was African slaves coming on boats when there was no boats to be found? But now we know the truth that some Africans did come on the boats, but it wasn't the slaves. They were the ones from Europe. Came over with an agenda. Wipe us out and take the land. That's it. That's what his agenda was. And in the process of that, right, chat? When they got to the land, you get what I'm saying? There were a people speaking a language here. All right? And those people are still here today. In small quantities, that is. Because that RHD is ubiquitous. You see what they said? Damn near the whole people is RH positives now. Damn near the whole bunch. You see what I'm saying? Y'all done gave us that monkey gene. Y'all done brought that Caucasian monkey gene and that damn African ghost hominid. And here's the Washington State University, all right, explaining everything I was telling y'all today. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to go over there, go ahead and check that out. And here's also another credible site of the National Park Association where they talk about the ancestral populations coming through the barren land. They said crossing the barren land bridge, nearly 90 to 100% unmixed indigenous South American population, including, they didn't say only, they said including. Y'all thought only the Lacanos, huh? Y'all thought it was only the Lacanos, huh? No, they said including the Lacanos. There's many more. North, South, and Central America. North, South, and Central America. And they said the blood type O, and they said the A and B alleles is virtually absent in traditional unmixed lineages. Ooh. Hashtag where you at? What you got to say about that? Mr. You look like you from Africa? What you got to say? I'm waiting. I'm gonna give you a little look, chat. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna give you a chance to go ahead and respond on that. Somebody write in the chat. What do you got to say about the Negroes of America actually having up to 50-something% of the full-blooded Indians and carrying the A and B blood group of the Native Americans today because of the unmixtures and have the ancestral human line? What do we got to say about that, chat? No Neanderthal, no Denisovan, no hominid. What do we have to say? What boats? What boats? Now we know y'all had some boats. Well, who y'all brought over? Because it wasn't us. Not all of us. You know what I'm saying? Not all of us. So what boats? Because we got images of Europeans coming on boats ever since the 1800s. We got images of Europeans coming on boats ever since the 1400s. We got images of Europeans coming on the boats now. We got the images of them, but where all these other images at? It's always a cartoon. We already got cartoons. Where's the real images? Because that had capability. We got pictures of 17-something. Y'all had the capability to show. Y'all think we was coming over here both all the way to the 1900s. Where they at? Don't try to find one now. Oh, we found the boat. It was in Atlantic. My ass. My ass, chat. My ass, chat. Before they got here, we were here, chat. And the PubMed breaks it down. It gives you the alleles, the antigens that they found, which verifies the American Indian and the Negro people, man. And the Negro people. They start with the blood first. You got O positive, yeah. Yep, you too. They know it's you. They know it's you. You don't know it's you. You don't know. And don't expect them to tell you. Okay, so it says the Diego factor. Okay, a lot of us carry the Diego factor. Okay, so an indigenous South American, including those of Arawak, which means all the Caribbean and all that, right? And the Locano descendants, often, I just put the Locanos in, all right? So often possesses unique phenotypic markers within our minor blood group as well. Okay, so I'm going to say this real quick. When I used to look for the Indians, I couldn't remember the name of these melanated Indians. I swear I could not remember the name. And most every other Indians are so mixed out, it was kind of hard for me to get the actual name of those who the Caribbean people descended to. Because they like to tell the Caribbean people they are Africans. That's a lie. That's a lie. Okay. Now we got it right here. That's a lie. So we know that they all descend from the American Indians of South Central America and North Americas, because of these different entities, right? So we know that they've been mixed because of RHD, the Africans coming in. We know, but they have a paternal line that never has unchanged, and they have found that the African American male has that unchanged line. So guess how many kids the African American been making kids with? White, Chinese, mixed race. We've been making kids all over the place, and guess who we've been making? American Indians, Native Americans. We've been making Native Americans. Shout out to the old positives. We've been making Native Americans. We've been making the American Indian, Native Americans. No matter what your phenotype look like now, it's your paternal line. It's your paternal line. You can't get away from your paternal line. All right, and here it is right here. The vast majority of American Indian population natively carried the Rh positive factor and the O blood group. When Rh negative blood is found in the modern indigenous or descendant population, such as the Arawak community in the Caribbean of Central, Northern, and South America, is always a genetic mixing with an Indian, with a European, or an African. We know that for a fact. That's why I said Indians and Africans first. That's why I said my mama got 41% African in me right now. So why would I say I ain't had no African in me? But if you're gonna try to talk some shit, you got some European in you too, bitch. You feel me? So if you want to talk, we can talk. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a talk. Now we can go to the percentages, because I'm 61% American Indian, 41% African. I think I'm 50-something%. Don't hold me now. I think I'm 50-something, and I got a little bit of that Ghana, right? But bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, the bottom line is when they find the Rh negatives, most of us always have an admixture because of the mixing of the people. You get what I'm saying? Because we were the first. We were the first ones to make all these different ones that you have right here, and they come out O positive. We were the first ones to make y'all the human beings from the Neanderthal step. We were the first ones to make the people from India the human beings. We were the first ones in Africa to make the Neanderthals the human beings. We are responsible for the modern humans today. No matter what our financial or educational status is, we have the DNA of the O blood group, which clearly says when you have Rh negative, is found in the indigenous populations of Central, Caribbean, North and South, everywhere. So we're gonna let them say the mixing, because they gotta include themselves in there, because we know that a lot of Caucasians have O, but we also know they have a lot of that Bombay blood group. We know that a lot of people from India have O, but we also know they got that Bombay blood group. We also know that there's a lot of people in the Asiatic community that has O, but we also know they have that Bombay blood group, over 22, 30 million of them running around right now with the non-H antigen. So of course they're gonna say the O negatives are mixed, so they can put themselves in there. How else would they do it? Because they said the Neanderthals never found the Rh negative blood in their bones. And that's not talking about nobody. I'm not even my doctors. Trust me, bro. I'm just saying, when I find something, I get passionate about it, and I know I'm the American Indian first, and you come over here talk about I ain't American, I'm African, whatever. Well, I'm everybody. Boy, I'm the inventor. Boy, I'm the beginning. Are you talking about this and that? Boy, you wasn't this and that until me. You wasn't this and that until I messed with the Neanderthal. You wasn't this and that until I messed with the ghost hominid. You wasn't this and that until I messed with the Denisovans. You wasn't this and that. You wasn't. You was from North, South, and Central America. The RH negatives. You wasn't all that. But because of the mixtures in the RHD, that what they don't even tell you that's a mixture, and you know that is because we never had that. But see how they try to say the negative was the mix, but they said the positive wasn't a mix. So you telling me y'all all began with the monkey gene? Stop playing, man. You telling me the human just came out of a human monkey? They trying to say you got monkey. They trying to say you the monkey. And they saying you ain't had no mix, you the monkey. When we know that the Neanderthals were the apes. We know the Neanderthals were not the monkeys. I'm going to have to keep it real. The Neanderthals were not monkeys. They get mad when they get that. You just call them the monkeys, but they the apes. They not the monkeys. If you're going to call them, son, you got to call them the apes. They are not the monkeys. Okay? They are not the monkeys. Now, the Africans, on the other hand, I ain't gonna say it. I don't want to get beat up. I don't want to get got later on. I'm going to let that go. But there's a thing. There's a thing called the rhesus factor, okay? There's a thing called the rhesus factor. And there's also a thing called the ghost hominid. So at the end of the day, I'm going to leave it right there. Because as the RH negative, I have none of those, okay? So at the end of the day, so y'all figure it out. Y'all let me know. Chime in. Somebody tell me how y'all got it. Chime in. Who did it? Was it Yakub? Or how we did it? Was it experiments? What went wrong? Let me know. Chime in. I don't know. All I know is about my own blood. That's the old blood. I don't know how I got RH positive. That's what the whole study is about. How we get this ape type antigens and the O negative of the melanated people across the planet and coming down from what is known as the steppes of the Caucasus Mountains and Asia, Siberian caves and everywhere. Just coming out like, you feel me? And now we all so mixed up. So a lot of people say Yakub, right? They say Yakub did it. What do you guys think? Do you think it was Yakub? Who do you think it was that made all of us the RH positive and different colors and different ethnicities? Because remember, we began as the H antigen. I'm going to hold that right there. It's the precursor to all human beings. Thus says every doctor on the planet. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time so we can get started. The H antigen of the O is the beginning of all human beings. All. Not some. All. Unless you are the Bombay, found in Europe, found in Asia. You are the original, found in Europe, found in Asia. You are now the Sawada, found in the Caribbean. So unless you belong into those blood groups, your beginning was the H antigen. You get what I'm saying? Your beginning was the H antigen, chat. Make sense? Your beginning was the H antigen. So what we want to say is that no matter what your phenotype is, the H antigen, what you say in Africa first, what you say over here, all these places, you got to understand, Africa had hominin caves. When we came out across the land bridge, we ran into the Denisovans. We ran into them from the steppe, and we created the people from India, and we kept on going. All right, and we created a lot of O's because the mother would create Irish visitation, and now she make a whole bunch of Indian O's if she has babies by them. You get what I'm saying? And vice versa. You get what I'm saying? The Indians will make them, and we'll make, you know how it goes, right? And then we keep going into Africa. We still got the O1 because they found it in South Africa. We still have the O1, but that's where it ends. It contacts a ghost hominid. So the people in America, we do have RHD, but a lot of us don't have the RHD from over there in the Africa side. We don't have that. So that's why I'm trying to figure out how they saying we Nigerians when the H antigen is the whole people. You see what I'm saying? So how they gonna say we one people when it's the whole people? And then, okay, if we're gonna say that one, then where's the ancestor that we so-called belong to? It's just be somebody over there who can talk to us. Not all Nigerians are poor. there should be some people over there who we could contact as family and talk to. Because we could do it right now with Ancestry over here in Americas. So why we can't do it over there too? Hey, how have you said? No disrespect to the language, right? No disrespect to the language. So on that note, you got to ask through your doctor, and you can start with your blood type. That's what this whole channel is about. So the ancestral O and the RH negatives are Caribbean Indians now, Central, Northern, Southern, admixtures with the European and the African. You see? You see? So is the ash mixtures what they finding on the DNA test and nothing else? Because are they taking off? It could be this. It could be this, chat. It could be the admixtures that they're finding and not the like they did in the dolls rolls. It could be they're only looking for the African in you and not the American Indian in you. What about that? They don't want to control the test. What about that? Can we actually say that they're not looking for the African in you and just saying you're African and then and further going with the narrative that you learned in school that black people were a descendant of slaves on boats, and now we know black people carry a high percentage of prevalence of old blood in their group of the Americas first. And if you want to go in Central America, we are nearly 90 to 100% right there. If you want to go down to South America and call them the Afro South Americans or whatever you want to call them, how you want to try to switch the name up, the fact remains is they carry a Diego, they carry a blood group. And the blood group is and has always been the old blood group. So at the end of the day, when you carry an ancestral O, no matter what your phenotype is, you may come from the indigenous ones of the Americas first. Thus said Red Cross. Thus said Red Cross. Know what I'm saying? Thus said Red Cross. So next time you see a melanated person, tell you he from the Americas, and you don't know him. You don't know his cousin, aunties, brothers, nobody. The next time you see that happen, stop being racist. Talking about we go back to Africa. Stop it, man. Just stop it. All right? Because if you ain't ready to go back to where your father's lineage come from or your mother's lineage come from, because we know a lot of Europeans have some Indian lineages. Of course. They weren't black back then. You feel me? So we know you guys got some Indian lineages. All right? We know y'all got that. Y'all doing it today. Y'all got melanated women right now who got the O. You feel me? Y'all doing it today. But no more interbreeding. Now it's intermarrying. You get what I'm saying? So we're not going to say that's because you light-skinned it that you ain't got no ancient indigenous in you. We're just saying you're mixed just like we are. So what makes you better than us? What makes you better than us? Because y'all coming in with the big head talking about go back to Africa. Y'all coming in the big head talking about go back to America. Go back all these places. I mean, never said America. Go back to, it's primarily Africa, right? Go back to Africa, but you can't even prove we African. You can't even, there's no definitive fact that all Black Americans are from the slave trade. There's no facts on that, especially when carrying ancestral O. Especially. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we got down to the bottom of it, ladies and gentlemen. The Negro Indians are the Black American people as well. All right. Even the vast majority of Native American populations carry the RH positive factor and type O blood. Even the Native Americans carry it. Yeah, give me a key. Even the Native Americans carry the O blood. Even them. We can't disrespect them either. I mean, but they coming over here like they the boss. Hold on. They come over here like they the boss. Hold on now. We know you family and everything. We know you family and everything. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna say you family, but you guys trying to act like we ain't family. You know what I'm saying? You trying to act like we ain't family. That's the bullshit right there. That's the bullshit. Oh, you family, but we ain't family. You know what I'm saying? You can go with yours, but we can't go with ours. You can go with yours, but we can't go with ours. That's crazy. Then we know you racist. You don't want to join family. You all right. What's that? Oh, you don't want to join the family. Shout out to the old positives in the building. You don't want to join the ancestral family. All right, you don't want to join the ancestral family. You want to make it like you the ancestral family, and you know it's us. You know what I'm saying? And you know it's us. You know what I'm saying? The fact is, the Arawak community, the Caribbean, you know who was there first. Come on now. You know they were phenotype like. We ain't got to. That's not racist. All right, Central America, come on, man. Got the pyramids and stuff. Come on, bro. Northern, southern, RH negatives, National Institute of Health. The beginning, what's the O? So when I tell you I'm American Indian, based on my blood type, I meant it. When I told you my doctor told me that I was American Indian, I'm still freaked out. I'm mad. I said, I'm mad now about it because you know what? If I was growing up, no, it's my fault because my mother did tell me. But you know what? I ain't believe her. I ain't believe her. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't believe. My mother told me that. My mother told me that I hope I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm gonna sit that right here. So my mother had told me that I was the American Indian a long time ago when I was young. She told me I was American Indian, and I just didn't want to believe her because every time I went to school, I seen these Indian pictures of the straight hair and the fair skin, and I said, "There's no way I'm American Indian." My mother tripping, and she just I never could understand why she would tell me that. I never knew what it was. I just thought maybe she wasn't. I was too young to try to understand, you know. But she always said, "Boy, you West Indian. You ain't no damn African. You West Indian." So I'm like, "You West Jamaican," and some shit she used to tell me, right? And then I talked to my father and talked to my brothers, and we Jamaican, all that. But none of us really knew. None of us really knew what that meant. None of us, we just knew that what we would call ourselves from where our lands were, our parents and stuff like that, right? But then I found out about the genetic test when the doctors had to take me and give me a test. I found that there was some things going on in the background that none of us really knew about, not even me. And even though I knew my blood type because of DNA testing when I had my first son, even though I knew my blood type, I still really didn't know what that meant. Even when the doctors were saying, "Oh, you the royal blood," and even though when they come and say, "Oh, you the Adam gene," and even when they come and say, "Oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta take care of yourself," and even when they do that, and I still don't listen, I just can't get it through my head that I do carry that line. No matter how it turned out, no matter how that turned out, that's what happened. That's what happened, chat. No matter how it turned out, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? And that day in that hospital, I didn't think I was gonna make it. I was looking for help for anybody. I didn't care who it was. You know what I'm saying? And when the day when they came in after I signed these papers and I let them take my DNA and I forgot about it because I was just like, whatever. I was getting all kind of infections from the medicine and stuff. I was having really hard times. My heart was acting wrong and all kind of things was going on, right? So when I came in there, I was already bent over. You know what I'm saying? I just like, oh, what they gonna tell me now? Like, oh, come here, everybody let me die and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking the negative. I'm thinking the worst. You know what I'm saying? I'm really thinking the worst at this point because it wasn't really helping me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, y'all supposed to be the doctors. Y'all supposed to be able to help me, yo. And y'all not even helping me. Y'all not even trying to. That's crazy. I was like, damn, they really don't like us, yo. They really want to kill us all. That's how I felt when it wasn't, when whatever they was doing for me wasn't working. I felt like they didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I really felt like it was being racist. I thought it was being racist to me. I really felt like, I'm saying, they was gonna really let me die, even though they would say, "Oh, you're gonna feel like you're gonna die, but you're not gonna die. We're gonna help you in all this." And I'm like, yo, nigga, it don't feel like y'all trying to help me, bro. It didn't feel like they were trying to help me. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm getting a little worried about this shit because I remember, yo, I was dying, bro, and I was like, damn, I'm about to really die like this and shit. Like, damn, it's true. I was so negative. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn, it's true. They don't care about us, yo. They hate us. They're gonna do us in. I know it's true what they said, all these videos. I swear I was the same guy, yo. Like all these videos. Yo, I was bleeding from everywhere, yo. No homo, yo. I was bleeding from every place, yo. My eyes, my nose, my throat, the yin yang. I was everywhere messed up, bro. I was messed up. And I was like, damn. And they was like, what did you do to God? They was even asking. They was like, damn. They was like, damn. They were like, what did you do to God? They said, because every time you come here, boy, you getting worse. What did you do? We don't know what to do. Swear, chat. I swear to you not, chat. I swear to you not. They didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I signed. I put my name on the dotted line. I did. I'm going to give it up, chat. I signed to be a guinea pig. I ain't going to lie, chat. I'm a guinea pig. I try to move around. They got me. as far as the database is concerned and everything. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to make the argument. They got my blood, they got my tissues, they gonna do whatever they take, but everything they do. So I can't prevent them because I don't have no other place I can go that's gonna actually treat me at this time. I don't know no melanated Indians. I ain't on the reservation. I don't know no African people I can go to on my mother's side. I don't know nobody. So I gotta go with who's giving me the help. So when they took my DNA, this will bug me out. When they took my DNA and they I was in there. I guess I had an appointment, whatever, and I was just in the room, sitting in there like, damn man. I was in there with my African girl. My girl's African, and I was like, damn, I'm about to die and shit. In my head, I'm just saying like, damn, man, I'm about to leave my girl and shit. I got the kids. I'm about to fucking die, bro. I'm like, damn, yo, I'm about to die. I ain't gonna make it. That's how I felt. Like I wasn't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? And when they came in that room, I never forget that day. They walked in that room. I never forget. They walked in the room and they all had chairs. I don't even know how they got that many chairs. I don't know if they walked in with chairs. I'm thinking about it. Did they walk in with? I don't remember too much because I was just so fucking sick, yo, and I just wanted some help, bro. I just wanted some help. So they walked in with the chairs and they all sat down before me, right? And I'm sitting there looking at them like, oh, they about to tell me some bad news. Give it to me raw, doc. It's over. I ain't gonna make it. Give it to me raw, doc. It's over. I can take it. Tell me the truth, doc. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was. Tell me the truth, doc. Tell me the truth. Give it to me raw. If I can't make it. I can't make it, bro. Tell me what it is, bro. Give me, just hand it out to me, bro. And he was like, it was so weird the way he said it. He said, I am the royal. He said, you are the royal blood. And it was just quiet for a minute. Wait. Was it the royal blood first? Wait, no. Wait, let me back up. First, about the hospital first. Was it the royal blood above? Wait, no, it was the royal blood first. I'm sorry. It was the royal blood first. When I first found out that I was really sick, they told me I was the royal blood. That's the first thing they told me, chat. They said, you are the royal blood. That's the first thing they told me. That's the first thing I remember. The royal bloodline, right? So I was like, okay, royal bloodline. All right, what the fuck that mean? What the fuck, royal bloodline? Da-da. So I started going home. I started looking, royal bloodline, da-da-da. So I started seeing all this Caucasian stuff. I started seeing all these things about Caucasians. And my girl was like, oh, you're white, and all this. They was outside yelling, you white. Oh, they was beating me up, chat. My family was kicking my butt, chat. I thought I was a dark Neanderthal, chat. I ain't gonna lie. They was kicking my butt, chat. And even I thought, I was like, damn, I'm hit. I'm looking around trying to search. And they put me, thank you for joining FanClub. And that put me on the search. To say, yo, I need to find out. Am I white? My mom told me a lie. And I'm all kind of upset right now. So I'm just not even arguing with them. I'm humble. I'm just looking on the computers. I'm looking in books. I'm just humble. Right? I'm talking to my doctors. I'm just humble right now. I'm not really even saying that I am or I'm not. I'm looking at my hairy arms. I'm saying, Damien, maybe I'm Neanderthal. I got hairy chest, got the beard. Maybe my eyes is really bright. Maybe it got from them. I don't know. So I'm just making all these observations about myself. And then when I go back into the doctor, my girl's still with me because I'm all on some bending knees and shit. And then that's when they told me the truth about myself. The first they said I was the royal blood and how I should eat. And so the diet that they gave me, I'm still not listening to that shit, chat. I'm gonna kill myself around here. Sorry, not in a negative way. Not in a negative way, chat. Not in a negative way, TikTok. What I'm saying is, if I don't be careful of what I eat, I'm not gonna have a longevity in life. That's what I mean as the Negro people. Okay, we talk a different way. If I don't take care of myself, I may not have a long life. So anyway, let's keep going. So what they told me was, they was like, you gonna have to eat a different way because of who you are, right? And I was like. And I was like, okay, that's what they told me the first. And they're like, yeah, you got to eat fish. They said, you got to eat fish. You got to eat berries. They said, you got to eat. They said, I got to eat certain fruits. They said, not all fruits. They said, I can't even eat fruits because a lot of fruits is like, loaded with sugars and full of GMOs. So they told me you can't eat a lot of the fruits, all right? The only fruits that we really suggest that you even eat based upon what your old negative blood type, the only fruits we suggest you even eat, being that you're royal blood, is they want me to eat like melons. They said just eat melons, like whether it be a cantaloupe, whether it be a honeydew, watermelon. They didn't want me doing too much watermelon, but they said watermelon, and it's saying, because I got that 41%, you feel me, Africa first. So they said a little watermelon, right? They told me that. And they also said that I'm supposed to eat what they said? Some beans or something. They say beans. No, they didn't say beans. They said I'm supposed to eat like they just really said fruits. Fruits. They didn't really say vegetables either. They just said green leafies. I guess I'm my own choice, right? But I didn't really like green leafies too much because green leafies kind of gave me they said legumes. What's legumes? But green leafy kind of give me gas, so I don't like eating green leafy, right? So I didn't like eating green leafies because every time I eat green leafies, I get gas. I hate green leafies, right? So yeah, legumes. What's that? Beans? Oh, all right. So I'm supposed to eat that, right? I'm supposed to eat the legumes. I'm supposed to eat the green leafies. I'm supposed to eat not all fruits. They said they don't care if I eat strawberries. They don't care if I eat blueberries. And come to find out, strawberries and blueberries come from the Americas. I said, wow. And all the things that they're naming, most of them came from the Americas. So they told me I'm supposed to be eating strawberries, blueberries, honeydew, watermelons, and like what's the other thing? That's honeydew and something else. Cantaloupe, right? Cantaloupe. I'm supposed to eat the beans, and I'm supposed to I think that's it. I think that's all I'm supposed to be. And water. And I'm supposed to be drinking any like fluids that's filled with all these unnatural sugars because I'm natural. You get what I'm saying? And even with the salt, they would like take it with a grain of salt because my body kind of makes its own everything. I think everybody's body should, unless you have deficiencies, right? So that's why I started looking into the blood types. And I started asking more questions. And when I came back the next time, when I came back to the hospital the next time, before I got a chance to ask any questions, they were asking me questions. So when I came in there, they was like, Mr. Orr, they was like, is your father from the islands of Jamaica? I was like, how you know that? That's the first thing that came out because I forgot they took my DNA test. It's been a while, so I forgot about it, right? I forgot all about it because I'm still sick, like fuck this shit, right? So then I'm like, yeah. I didn't say yeah. I was like, how you even know that? Because I think I showed them tell them. I was like, damn, they stalking me. I said, damn, it's over. You feel me? And they were like, no, because they said because we have your DNA. And they said your father line comes from the Americas, man. It blew my mind. And then he made an analogy. He said, listen, that's your girl. I said, yeah. He said, she's black. Because we got the same hospital. He said, she's African. I'm not. And that's the day I found out. Then I had to go to my mother and I had to tell her, I'm sorry. You were right all these years. And I thought the schools were telling me the truth. And I will never forget that story. I'll tell it the same every time. I said, and I thought the school was telling me the truth when they told me that I was a slave and I didn't listen to you. When you told me that I was an Indian and I came out of the West Indies and that my father was not an African. I didn't believe her. And maybe I should have. But, I'm a kid in school. I'm thinking the teachers. I'm thinking now that I'm older and I got my own letters behind my name. Now I know they just regular human beings with their own ideologies, just like I am. You know what I'm saying? So these teachers had a curriculum that they had to teach, and they couldn't sway from it. So if the government said, tell them that they're slaves, if the government said, tell the black people that they're slaves and make their other children better than them, I'm saying, then that creates division. And then that we will never, look how long it took us to find out that we was the indigenous ones. Look how long it took us to find that out. That just says that right there. Look how long it took. Look how long it took for us to say we the real Americans. And even Trump had to come out and say it. Even Trump knows we know. Even the president, the DT, President DT, the coolest president right now. Even he knows. Even he gave us even he gave us the props. Even Donald Trump. And you remember, I'm the reason for a lot of things. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna leave that like that. I'm gonna reason for a lot of things. But even DT knows that the African American is the true American. Okay? Even he giving us the birthright. No one else. And now you got all these Africans, and I feel offended because y'all wasn't claiming us before, and we really wanted y'all to. But y'all wasn't, because know why y'all wasn't? Y'all knew that y'all wasn't. We're more closer to the European, and that's true. Not you. We found that out. We're not closer to you. We're closer to the Europeans. Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So when you look at the people from India, They're not closer to you. They're closer to the Europeans and the Indians. They're not closer to you. What you're seeing in the Black American people is the European and the Indian. You're not seeing a lot of African. There are some, but you're not seeing that. It is the European and the Indian. And you're seeing the melanation from the father or mother, And the years of them, of us mixing back and all kind of things like that, you automatically assume that we're from Africa because that's what they told you in school. We did too. We did too. So when you look at the genetic structure of the African American, they do not have a high probability of African or European, but they do have a high probability of the ancient H, which they try to lead back to Africa. Because remember, Africa is the one that made the Europeans, which was actually the O1 from America. So they do have an O1. It's just been heavily diluted with other things. So what really, like, for example, if I have this cup of water right here, right, and I put red Kool-Aid in it, it's not the same water, but it is water. So if I have 2 cups of water, it's got red Kool-Aid in it, it's still the same water. This just has red Kool-Aid in it. And if I get another water and put blue Kool-Aid in it, now you got blue Kool-Aid over here, red Kool-Aid over here. In the middle, you just got the regular water, but they're all made with the same water because you couldn't get red or blue Kool-Aid without the water. So therefore, the water is the key factor. The water is the progenitor to allow red Kool-Aid. The water is the progenitor to allow the blue Kool-Aid. And thus we're saying the O blood and itself of the H antigen. It is the progenitor to allow for the Africans to even become the human beings. It is the progenitor of the H to allow the Australian Aborigines to be some of the ancient human beings before the mixtures. It is the progenitor of the H, which is the O blood, which they say is nearly 100% North, South, and Central America, which the Negroes carry, the Latinos carry, Caucasian. You can't forget them. Can't forget them. Yeah, we were the Americans that were found here first. Even if you look at the dictionary, this is something easy that you can do. You can go to the dictionary of 1828 or 1868. Don't hold me to it, right? But it's the Webster Dictionary of 1828, 1868. Look up the Webster Dictionary and look up American. It's going to tell you when you look up the American. Let me say this to you real quick. You can go to the 1868 Webster Dictionary or the 1828, one of them. They changed it up. But you can go before the change. You can go to the 1868 Webster Dictionary and you put in American, and it's going to tell you which applies to the copper color races that were found here before, the inhabitants, before everything happened. All right. I can't really tell you exactly the words, but I don't want to plagiarize myself. So they will tell you that the original Americans belong to the copper color races, man. The melanated people that were here already, which now, they always say, which now applies to the European ancestors. Which now applies to the European ancestors. So if you are of fair skin or light pigmentation, European ancestors, does say them. I ain't saying the National Institute of Health. The National Institute of Health. Yeah, that's right. The admixtures. Okay? The admixtures. Nearly the whole O. You get what I'm saying? So they did it in reverse. They're trying to say that we were just filled with the monkey gene, but that's not true. That came from the mixing with the people in of America. And once you get inside, it's ubiquitous. All right, the RH antigens and the Neanderthal variances are ubiquitous. Once you get them, you don't get rid of them until you have a phenomenon like me and get the RH negative. So I guess we are clear. That the Diego blood group system is an inherited human blood type featuring 22 distinct antigens. You see? It is scientifically significant, for it is unique global distribution and its ability to cause severe hemolytic transfusion reactions and hemolytic disease of the fetus of the no-born. Who you think they're talking about? The Rh negatives. These guys got 22 antigens. See, when you are Rh positive, you have something called the Diego. When you're O blood, you're O2. It is the Diego, right? So that don't make you African. It just makes that you have that mixture from a long time ago. It's still there. It ain't mixed all the way out. You have up to 22. That's it. Do you know there's more than 22? It's up to 763. You only have 22. So the O blood is considered the universal donor because it's the next thing to the O negatives. You guys became a haplogroup. When you came from the O negative, because the mixer with the European, the Denisovans and the steppe, you had got some distinct antigens. Okay? And it made you Rh positive. Doesn't make you African. Doesn't make you African. So we have to question why does every American Negro have West African in their DNA? Every single one of us. Listen, they already reported that they were taking slaves from everywhere. So how is it that we're not in the whole diaspora? If it's from one people, right? So you mean so you're telling me the beginning of Africa started in West Africa? That's the beginning. The Mali Empire was there before anybody, even though the Moors was already running around. You telling me, do you know that Africans came into Nigeria? They migrated across from the land bridge to Asia to get into America, Africa, the old ones in South Africa? Do you know that? So how is it you can say that we came from the O positive when that's clearly inside the Neanderthal, when you guys openly say the Neanderthal never had Rh negative blood? So if the Neanderthals never had Rh negative blood, there's only one other person who could have had it, and that is the human of the H antigen, and now of the Diego of the O2, of the American Indian first, of the American Indians found here when y'all got here, of the Locano that I found today, and then the mixtures, and then come the variances. We all family, we only human, but it's because of the human which made us human. Make sense? And knowing that fact, we know that the beginning of the human was the O negative blood from a million years ago. We got Dr. Barry Smalls, but Dr. Barry Stars, astrogeneticist, over 16 years of molecular research. We have Dr. Bill Fledgel over at the National Institute of Health.gov, which specifies that the American Indian, aka the American Negro, is the Arawak. And we got the Diego because of the Rh positive, according to the National Institute of Health. According to the National Institute of Health. Let's find out what their blood type was. I mean, it's just so easy. Blood type O. And when you find an Rh negative blood found in modern indigenous descendant populations, I'm going to say it again. When you find an Rh negative blood found in modern indigenous Arawak communities of the Caribbean, Central America, South America, when we get to that point, blood type O, now the internal down for the W's. Yeah. The mixtures, the admixtures, as we said before. Is this the admixtures? Let me get to the admixtures, chat. Let me get to the admixtures. Where's the admixtures at? Hold on. I know we got admixtures here somewhere. Hold on, chat. We got admixtures here somewhere. We can explain about the admixtures. Is that the admixtures? Well, anyway, let's go here. That's something else. It's something even deeper. And they even found them today, even living today in the Caribbean, all right? And primarily right now, French Guyana, Venezuela, all right, and characterized overwhelmingly prevalence of blood group O. The majority of individuals in this population throughout the Americas, are nearly full-blooded. Now, the reason why we say nearly full-blooded because we got the O1, we got the O2, and that is of the Rh positive. Yeah, we got that. From the Neanderthals, the ghost hominids, the hominids and all that kind of stuff like that. We got that from that. But let him turn it down south for W. So the next time I tell you I'm an American Indian, next time I tell you I got the ancestral O, next time I tell you that we didn't come across no damn line bridge to get here. We are not no haplogroups. We are the group. We are the group. The Negro Indian. What we're saying is, whoever, if you're asking that question, I don't know who you're talking to, but I'm going to say it anyway. We are talking about the indigenous African American that they call us. We belong to the Americas as well. We have the ancestral old blood group of the indigenous ones, and we also resemble the phenotype of the ancient ancestors that created. Hold on, chat. Hold on. We also resemble the phenotypes of our ancient ancestors who came before us as the melanated Indians, as the melanated Arawaks, as the melanated Mayans, as the melanated Olmec-Shis, the rubber people, my people. We came over here. We were here. We didn't come. We were already here. We were already here. Webster Dictionary, when they invaded, wrote that we were here. Martin Luther King said we were here. Okay? We were here. All right? We were here. And what one would say from how we look, what they mess with me, chat. One would say from how we look, right, that we belong to the Africans, but that would be a presumption. That would be a presumption that's probably based in racism. You get what I'm saying? That'd probably be a presumption based in racism. I don't know why I can't get to this picture. Though. Chat, they is on me. They do not want chat. They are not gonna let me do it. Okay. So at the end of the day, chat, here's my phenotype. That's my phenotype, chat. Y'all could join me over there on the TikTok app. That's my phenotype, chat. That's my phenotype right there. Phenotype Olmec-She from the X. Look up the word she, Xi, and put Olmec in it. It'll break it all down for you. I look just like them. We are still here. My bloodline is from them. And so is my father's paternal line, not my ex. So I will be passing it down to my sons. And so forth, and as they will be passing it down to theirs. And their blood type will change because it has changed. Okay? And their blood type will change because it has changed. Okay? And our genotype will change because it has changed. Okay? Because of the mixtures and the interbreeding and things of that nature. You get what I'm saying? So we will change, but that does not change one thing, the Y, because the Y chromosome is unchanged. So no matter what we look like today, from thousands of years ago, all the mixing from thousands of years ago, I think I'm doing pretty good. And I still got the O. And I still the Rh negative. I think I'm doing pretty good right now. From all that mixing. And all of us got the RhD. And damn near all of us got some of that monkey gene. Or that Neanderthal, right? I made it out, chat. Y'all should give me props just because I made it out. Y'all should be happy that I made it out. At least we know that some of us gonna make it out. And we should now teach our children the same, because you guys only have about 22. And if you start coming back into the Rh negatives, how long before that's decreased and increased of us? How long before we increased the unmixing? How long before once we know our blood types and we decide what it means to us? So if you have a blood type in the chat and you are A blood type, you belong to us of the H antigen. If you have a B blood type, you belong to us as the H antigen. If you have the O blood type, and it's the H antigen, because we have some O's that's not the H. Remember that, coming out of the steppe, coming out of the Caucasus Mountains, coming out of Europe, coming out of Asia. We got some that ain't the human H, unfortunately. We could break. I could pull them up right now if you even have the time. Maybe I'll take a break and come back. You get what I'm saying? And talk about the different blood groups of O because there's so many of them. All right, but we only have one H precursor, and that created the A and B antigen. That's how I know when you have an A and B antigen, you just the children. You got the Israel and the children of Israel. You got Israel and the children of Israel. That's all. You just the children of the royal ones. That's all. You just the children. You get what I'm saying? We are all children, but when you think about the ancient ones, you see my wiggle. When you think about the ancient ones, and the doctors come forth, and this is the best part. When the doctors come forth, excuse me, chat, I'm trying to find out where I'm at. Hold on, chat. Let me get this in. I'm trying to find this one article. If I can find it. Not the Diego, bro. Hold on, chat. I don't think I'm talking about the DI. That makes you the RH positive. This is talk about. I wanted to thank you for joining the fan club. I want to really get to. Okay, here we go. To the admixtures. I want to really get to this. Okay, so we are from of the O blood right here. It's the National Institute of Health. Who can debunk them? Which one of y'all can come up right now and say the National Institute of Health is not authority when proclaiming the O blood to be from the Americas? Who can say it? When the Red Cross comes up and says of the Americas, who can say they not right? Shout out to the O positive. We're not going to talk about Mexican. We're not going to talk about European. We're going to talk about the O. That's what we're going to do. Light or dark? Light or dark? You feel me? You little light can. Go put some of that cream on, get in the shade, nigga. Go get in the shade. It's hot out here. You got to go in the house. We're going to be in the field. You're going to be in the house. We're going to be in the field playing soccer and shit. Your ass is going to be in the house with that ice and shit because it's going to be hot out that motherfucker, bitch. Phenotype light, but you still got the O. Get your butt in the house. You know it's 90 degrees out here. We still family, though. Well, but the problem is you guys don't look at us that way. You see? We trying to change the narrative, man. Change the narrative. You are not your skin color. You are what's inside of you. You are not just what's outside. You are what's inside. And what really, really matters? What really matters? Depending on the region. Now, if you somewhere up in the mountains and where was it? Tibet. If you somewhere up in Tibet, now you might want to have a phenotype light. I'm just saying. You might want to have more of that Neanderthal in you. It's going to be colder than a motherfucker. You might want to have some of that resistance with you of them genomes. You get what I'm saying? But if you more closer down to the equator, where it's phenotype hot, you might want to have a little bit of that melanation or get your butt in the shade. Like we're going to have to get on some of them moose covers because it's going to be cold up there. Y'all better get that dude a moose cover. Well, you know he ain't supposed to be up here cold as hell. Get that boy a fire. We don't need one. Because you know that the lighter skin, it's been found that it's repellent, it's more resistant to colder weather than the darker skin. So you guys have advantages as well. You get what I'm saying? So I think we are to the bottom of the bottom when we know that the Rh negative blood, when found in modern indigenous descendant populations, such as, and they mention it, such as, they wasn't saying, they wasn't unclear. They wasn't unclear. Now this is the National Institute of Health. They were not unclear. Let's say it again. Let me give for all those who probably just joined the chat. Matt, right now, I need 15 more followers, chat. Tap that freaking screen. You didn't know this information until today. Tap that freaking screen. You didn't know. So now, the vast majority of Native American populations, you know they're going to say that Native American, carrying the Rh positive factor and the type O blood group, when Rh negative blood is found, the mass majority is the Rh, is the Native Americans. I told y'all when I got the Rh positive, you'll be that Native American. I told y'all that. See that when you get the Rh positive, now they're gonna call you Native because you got something from over there from Asia. That's where the Rh positive came from. So they're gonna call you the Native American. The vast majority is Native American populations because of the Rh positive. It's right there. That's why y'all Native Americans. Because you're RH positive. That's it. When RH negative blood found in indigenous, such as, you see it right there, chat. North today, the Caribbean, where I'm from, my ancestors, Central, South, and Northern. I'm gonna say it again for all those who didn't know. Central, North, South, Caribbean, American Indian. Bars. Central, South, Caribbean, American Indian. Bars. And who is that coming from? He said, where's the site? Show the site. National Institute of Health. Show the site. Take a screenshot. Type that in your computer and put National Institute of Health. Put North, South, Central, put area communities in the Caribbean, Central America, North, South, Central America, admixtures, National Institute of Health. Put keywords in and you'll get the article for free. Now donate something. Because you got it for free. Donate something for the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the American Indians for proving it. Because I see Cameron suffering. Cam is suffering like, Black American. Now you can say, I am the ancestral O of the Americas. I don't matter what I call myself. I'm it. I'm him. There you go. Next time somebody asks you, what are you? If you're not African, I'm an ancestral O of the Americas. I'm the ancestral O. I'm the Native American, and my blood type is always positive. I'm RH positive or A and B, and I'm the indigenous if I'm O of the RH negative O's. Either way, you can be indigenous or native. It doesn't matter. Thank you for the donations. It doesn't matter what you want to say you are. You're from here. You're it. So if they want to try to play with you with the RH positive, you're the ancestral O from the Native Americans. Cool. And then you got the RH negative. You're the ancestors of the indigenous. Cool. And what were their phenotypes? What were their phenotypes in the beginning? Let's go to the walls. See, I don't want to go to no pictures. Let's go to the walls. Let's go to the walls, chat. Because the walls don't lie, chat. What were their phenotypes? What were their phenotypes? What were their phenotypes? When you talk about the ancestral O, when you talk about the RH negatives of the North, South, Central, and Northern, when we talk about the O blood group of the RH positive of the Diego, of the 22 antigens, what were their phenotypes? Thank you for the donations. What were their phenotypes, chat? Come on, chat. I know I got the smartest chat. Here's the walls, chat. Peru. What were their phenotypes, chat? What were their phenotypes? We got Mexico. What were their phenotypes? What were they? Tell me. Come clean. It's over. Shout out to the internet. Shout out to the internet. Shout out to AI. You can't hide from AI. Hey, look like me. I know, right? I know. That's why I be showing. I be laughing and shit. Because I know I look like them. I know I do. I be like, damn. Y'all mad, though. Because if I would have knew, man, I did know. But, I mean, damn. What do you do when you find out, cat? What do you do when you find out what do you do when you find out you come from an ancestral line and your ancestors come from America, but white America will not accept you because you are dark skinned? What do you do, chat? And then they prohibit the tribes to do it by blood. They don't do it by blood. I already talked to them already. The Pequots would have took me in, but I wanted to go in with blood. And they don't do it by blood because most of them, when they do it by blood, what do you want to bet they're going to have the mixtures? When they do it by blood, what do you want to bet it's going to say? Europe first? What do you want to bet? So they don't want to do it by the blood. They want to do it by the mother. Because they motherfuckers. That's why. You motherfuckers. They want to do it by the mothers, chat. You motherfuckers. Because you know if you do it by the fathers, you're going to lose. You know if you do it by the fathers, you're going to lose. They are dark. You know if you do it by the fathers, you're going to lose. You know. You know they are melanated. You know that, chat. You know it, chat. Oh, chat there. I'm doing too much, chat. They don't like it, chat. I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much, chat. They ain't let me get it in. They won't let me bring it in. They won't let me sink it, chat. I'm doing too much, chat. I'm doing too much, chat. Shout out to all the Indians, because all the Indian names only come from the Arawak people. All y'all. Or you ain't Indian. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to every last one of y'all. Because whether you're phenotype light or whether you're phenotype dark, and you from the Americas, 9 times out of 10, your ass got the O, you definitely got a direct ancestral line from one of your parents, my nigga. You got a direct ancestral line from one of your parents, my nigga. From one of your parents, my nigga. You feel me? And that's all I got to say about that, chat. You know what I mean? YouTube, I want to thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for the next live.